Dear viewers and esteemed guests, China has just sent shockwaves through the global technology industry. A new masterpiece from Huawei called the Mate X-T. This is the world's first triple foldable screen phone, featuring a unique design that allows it to be folded twice. And it achieved a level of compactness unprecedented in any previous smartphone model, immediately forcing other industry giants to respond. But it appears China is leading the race, as Huawei continuously breaks through all limitations in the field of mobile technology. Can this third-generation foldable phone model outperform the latest flagships from its competitors? Join us now to explore all the exciting features of this groundbreaking Chinese smartphone. In the Chinese market, the Mate X-T was launched with a relatively high starting price, reaching up to $2,800 United States dollars, equivalent to approximately 70 million Vietnamese dong. However, this price point does not seem to diminish the product's appeal. With over 6.5 million users quickly signing up for pre-orders, this figure demonstrates the community's exceptional level of interest. The most surprising thing is that this pre-order process doesn't require any upfront payment at all. Strong confidence in Huawei. Huawei's CEO, Mr. Richard Zhu, expressed his unconcealed pride. He shared that the Mate X-T is the result of 5 years of persistent and relentless research and development. Throughout that process, Chinese engineers consistently maintained their determination and hoped to turn an idea that once seemed impossible into reality. The Mate X-T was officially launched for the first time on September 10, 2024. However, what truly sets this product apart is not just its design or features, but also its remarkably special launch timing. This event coincided with Apple's official launch of the iPhone 16 lineup, featuring significantly upgraded AI capabilities. Both of these products will officially go on sale starting September 20, 2024. Right in the Chinese market, which is Oppo's home turf, an intriguing head-to-head competition has emerged. However, the landscape has shifted, and Apple's position in China has significantly declined, dropping from 3rd to 6th place in the ranking of the most popular mobile phone brands in the world's second-largest economy. Instead, many users in China have also expressed disappointment with the iPhone 16. This device is said to lack the AI feature breakthroughs that were expected. While Huawei is making a strong impression in the Chinese market, Apple appears to be somewhat lagging in this competition. And it was at this pivotal moment that Apple swiftly rose to dominance. First and foremost, Apple boasts a unique folding design that offers 3 highly flexible and innovative ways to use it. When fully folded, this device functions as a conventional phone with a 6.4-inch AMOLED screen. Despite having a common screen ratio, this is the world's first triple foldable screen phone. Upon opening the device, users will experience a spacious 7.9-inch screen, the ideal size for viewing documents or reading the news. Specifically, when fully opened, the MediaTek transforms into a large tablet screen with a size of up to 10.2 inches, delivering a completely new and distinct experience for both entertainment and work. This flexibility allows users to easily switch between a compact device and a tablet with a spacious screen, depending on the usage needs at each specific time. Despite its compact, phone-like design, the MediaTek delivers powerful graphics performance on par with a full-sized tablet. In its folded state, the device looks no different from a premium smartphone, featuring a 1080 by 2232 pixel SharkNet AMOLED display. The 120 Hz refresh rate delivers incredibly smooth performance, while the external display not only shows true-to-life visuals but also boasts an optimal aspect ratio. It helps you effortlessly and comfortably perform daily tasks like messaging, browsing the web, or watching videos. Despite its considerable weight of approximately 298.8 grams, this is entirely understandable given the multitude of features it possesses. Most notably, there is the AMOLED 3K screen, which boasts a refresh rate of up to 208 Hz and a near 16:10 aspect ratio when fully unfolded. An ideal ratio for balancing work and leisure. The Mate X-T utilizes a Z-fold mechanism with 2 unique hinges, allowing the device to fold into 3 distinct angles. The 6.4-inch screen with an integrated 8 megapixels camera delivers a familiar, modern feel, much like today's smartphones. Additionally, another impressive point worth mentioning is its thinness. When we met again, the device was just 12.8 millimeters thick, significantly slimmer than traditional smartphones currently on the market. When unfolded, the product's thickness ranges from 3.6 mm to 4.8 mm, yet it still provides a solid feel and a high-quality finish. When fully opened, users are greeted by a stunning 10.2-inch screen. The 120Hz refresh rate delivers a smooth visual experience for every operation. Inside, the Med XT is equipped with the Kirin 9010 processor, which was independently researched and developed by Huawei. Manufactured on a 7nm process, while not the latest chipset on the market, it still capably handles most current tasks. In terms of memory, the Med XT is equipped with 16GB of RAM and multiple flexible storage options, ranging from 256GB to 1TB. All are equipped with UFS 3.1 technology, which accelerates data access speeds and delivers a smooth user experience for every task. Not stopping there, the Med XT is also equipped with a silicon-carbon battery boasting a capacity of up to 5,600 mAh. Supports up to 66W wired fast charging and 50W wireless charging. These are impressive figures in the current high-end smartphone segment. Finally, for photography enthusiasts, the camera system on the Med XT is sure to satisfy even the most demanding users. The device is equipped with a versatile triple camera setup, including a main 50MP camera with a variable aperture, a 12MP ultra-wide camera and a 12MP telephoto camera with 5.5x optical zoom allow you to capture high-quality, diverse photos in a variety of conditions. The combination of a flexible camera system and advanced AI technology makes Med XT the ideal choice for photography enthusiasts, especially the selfies. In addition to the impressive triple rear camera setup, the device is also equipped with an 8MP front-facing camera, ensuring sharp selfies and supporting high-quality video calls. The most impressive of the 3 rear cameras is the main one, with a resolution of up to 50MP. Specifically, the flexible aperture adjustment capability from f1.4 to f4.0 opens up opportunities to capture detailed photos in a wide variety of lighting conditions, from the brilliant sunshine of day to the dimly lit scenes as night falls. Not only focusing on hardware, Huawei is also ramping up investment in software, particularly the AI features integrated into Med XT, which operates on its self-developed Kirin chip. These improvements enhance real-time image processing, subject recognition, and automated photo quality optimization. Despite facing numerous challenges, such as high production costs and expensive selling prices, but this product still clearly demonstrates Huawei's leading position in the global technology race. In reality, the second quarter of this year saw approximately 3.9 million foldable devices shipped globally, a sharp increase of 57% compared to the same period last year. Technologically, the Med XT is a true marvel. Despite its complex folding mechanism, its overall design remains remarkably thin and refined. Huawei has skillfully integrated a high-capacity battery into an ultra-thin device. Simultaneously, develop an advanced hinge mechanism to ensure long-term durability. Each fold and unfold delivers a seamless and solid feel, an experience that few foldable phones on the market today can match. In terms of storage capacity, Huawei offers 3 different versions for the Med XT phone model to cater to diverse user needs. Storage capacity includes 256GB, 512GB, and up to 1TB options. The 256GB version has been announced with a price of 11,999 Chinese yuan in the Chinese market, equivalent to approximately $2,800 USD. At this price point, Med XT is not a product for the masses. However, for technology enthusiasts, it is certainly a worthwhile experience. The 512GB version of the Med XT is currently being sold for 21,999 yuan. The highest-end version with up to 1TB of storage is priced at 23,990 yuan. However, please note that this price is only applicable in the Chinese market, and this figure is likely to rise even higher once Med XT is widely introduced in other countries. Med XT currently comes in 2 basic colors, red and black. When fully unfolded, the device is a mere 3.6mm thin. What gives Huawei the confidence to claim that this is the thinnest foldable phone in the world to date? First and foremost, the product also comes with a compact keyboard that can easily fit in your pocket. This design aims to optimize flexible working capabilities for users. According to the planned schedule, Huawei is expected to launch the Med XT product globally in the first quarter of 2025. However, this is also a challenging move that tests Huawei's true capabilities in the context of the company still facing significant pressure from US sanctions. Despite having a solid foothold in the domestic market, Huawei still faced numerous challenges when expanding its operations into Western markets. where technology restrictions have somewhat hindered their international business operations. The long-term success of Mate X will depend on many factors, and the single most important one is durability. Particularly, since this is a device featuring an extremely complex triple folding design. Current foldable phone models must undergo rigorous testing for hinge durability and screen stress resistance. Huawei will need to prove that the Mate X not only has an attractive design but also guarantees superior durability to meet the demands of daily use for many years. However, Mate X's influence in the technology market is not limited to the smartphone segment. While companies like Oppo and Google focus on improving artificial intelligence, through software, Huawei has set itself apart through relentless hardware innovation. This has placed significant pressure on Western competitors, forcing them to redefine their own innovation strategies. Not stopping there, Huawei is also aiming for even more ambitious goals in the field of artificial intelligence. Recently, the company introduced a completely new AI chip named the Ascend 910C. Designed to directly compete with NVIDIA's H100 GPU line, which is considered the industry standard in the global AI sector. Huawei has informed potential customers that its Ascend 910C product performs on par with NVIDIA's H100 GPU. This is a rather bold statement, given that the H100 has consistently been the top choice for AI tasks demanding robust processing power, such as training large language models and processing massive amounts of data. To fully grasp the importance of this issue, we need to go back in time and retrace the path Huawei has traveled since 2019. At that time, they began to face severe sanctions from the US, including a ban on access to advanced semiconductor technologies. These memes are allegedly intended to slow down the progress of China's artificial intelligence development. However, instead of accepting surrender, Huawei poured massive resources into developing its own semiconductor technology. And the Ascend 910C is the proud result of those efforts. In that context, to maintain its presence in the Chinese market, NVIDIA was forced to release versions of its H100 chip with reduced performance. In order to comply with US regulations, this has left many Chinese businesses dissatisfied. And right at this moment, Huawei's Ascend 910C emerged as a highly compelling alternative. Huawei didn't just make a statement, they also provided concrete data to demonstrate the power of this chip. Major corporations like ByteDance, owner of TikTok, Baidu, and China Mobile have begun trialing the Ascend 910C chip. And initial results show its performance can be comparable to the NVIDIA H100 in many intensive AI tasks. It is hardly surprising that the market has reacted positively, according to some estimates. Huawei is expected to receive over 70,000 orders for its Ascend 910C chip. With a total value of up to $2 billion, this is truly an enormous figure, if this information is accurate. This will be a significant milestone, marking the powerful rise of Huawei in the semiconductor technology sector. In itself, the BDX is not merely a state-of-the-art foldable phone. It also symbolizes Huawei's spectacular comeback after years of pressure. The Ascend 910C chip demonstrates an even greater ambition. Become a pioneer in the field of artificial intelligence, not just a perpetual follower of the West. Even though the order volume for the Ascend 910C has not yet reached the level NVIDIA had initially expected, initial demand for Huawei's new AI chip is still considered promising. However, the road ahead is still fraught with challenges. There are still many barriers that could directly impact Huawei's success in the global market. Clearly, Huawei is making bold moves to assert its position as a formidable competitor in the technology industry. However, to firmly maintain that position, they must confront a series of significant challenges. Especially the sanctions from the United States that we mentioned at the beginning of the video. These sanctions have made it nearly impossible for Huawei to access advanced semiconductor equipment. This leads to delays in bringing the product to market. To address the situation, the company proactively stockpiled high-bandwidth memory and exclusively partnered with chip manufacturers. According to supply chain sources, the procurement of additional components and raw materials to prepare for a potential ban scenario is likely to become more stringent in the future. Reaction following the U.S. Department of Commerce. This requirement applies not only to American businesses but also to any chip manufacturer worldwide. If using technology originating from the United States, businesses must obtain a special license before exporting products to the Chinese market. Despite these limitations, Huawei remains committed to its plan to launch the Ascend 910C AI chip next month. However, there is still much uncertainty regarding the number of orders they can actually deliver. And when will the customer actually receive this product? The challenges Huawei faces extend far beyond just the manufacturing stage, and is also influenced by the increasingly complex global political environment. To see the issue more clearly, sometimes we just need to take a step back. The competition between Huawei and Nvidia is more than just a race for chip sales. The core issue here is determining who will shape the future of artificial intelligence. And beyond that is its global influence in the digital age. Currently, AI chips are no longer solely dedicated to generating virtual images. Chatbots are essentially a widespread technological application. They also play an extremely important role in sensitive fields such as cybersecurity, national defense, and strategic surveillance. As artificial intelligence continues to penetrate more deeply and widely into these fields, the ability to control, develop, and operate AI chips has now become a critical national security issue. For the United States, preventing potential adversaries from accessing high-end AI chips like Nvidia's H100 is a top priority. Therefore, they imposed extremely strict regulations on the export of advanced semiconductor technologies. The United States is concerned that these chips could be used to enhance military capabilities. For example, the implementation of mass surveillance systems in countries like China. On the other hand, China also has its own arguments to defend its position. They asserted that achieving self-reliance in AI chip development is an imperative requirement to ensure national security while reducing dependence on Western supply sources. By developing domestic technological capabilities, China can more effectively protect its critical infrastructure systems. At the same time, they still maintain control over strategic data sources. And the most significant question of all is, how far will Huawei be able to develop its own AI technology? This is not merely a commercial competition, but a race to gain the strategic upper hand on a global scale, where technology is increasingly intertwined with power and geopolitics. The race to produce AI chips, such as the Ascend 910C or Nvidia's H100, has become the focal point of a much larger-scale technology war. This battle will shape the future of global technology, and its impact will extend far beyond consumers, profoundly affecting businesses and governments alike, but also impacts the distribution of power globally in the 21st century. Of course, this competition is incredibly fierce, but it is precisely because of this that the pace of innovation is happening faster than ever. We are living in an era where technology is not only changing our lives but also shifting the balance of power among global superpowers. Companies like Huawei and Nvidia have entered an intense race, as both continuously test and push the boundaries of what today's AI chips can achieve. This fierce competition is not merely about commerce, it could also drive significant breakthroughs in numerous industries increasingly reliant on artificial intelligence, from healthcare and manufacturing to transportation and finance. If this race is pushed even further, we can fully expect chips that are both more powerful and cheaper, and that is the ultimate victory for everyone. From individual users and businesses to entire nations, everyone is accelerating their digital transformation. However, the road ahead remains fraught with challenges, especially for Huawei. While Nvidia continues to dominate the global AI market, Huawei is still struggling with prolonged US sanctions. Their production and distribution expansion encountered numerous difficulties. Moreover, the risk of additional new restrictive measures being implemented is a constant concern. However, if Huawei can officially launch the Ascend 910C chip and demonstrate its actual performance, this has the potential to completely reshape the global AI chip market landscape. Not only does the Ascend 910C directly compete with Nvidia, but it also carries the ambition of reshaping the entire industry landscape, opening up new opportunities for AI technology to develop in unprecedented directions. So what sets the Ascend 910C apart? Not only powerful, Huawei also emphasizes that its chips offer superior performance and flexible adaptability to a diverse range of artificial intelligence (AI) tasks. This is particularly important for businesses looking to implement artificial intelligence (AI) across multiple departments within their operations. From customer care and big data processing to operational workflow optimization. What is noteworthy is that Huawei not only focuses on investing in hardware but also develops a specialized software ecosystem dedicated to artificial intelligence. They developed a platform called MySport, designed to operate seamlessly with the Ascend 910C. MySport is considered a direct competitor to TensorFlow, the leading artificial intelligence platform from Google. It is precisely this tight integration of hardware and software that could create a massive advantage for Huawei, especially in the domestic Chinese market, where the company possesses numerous advantages to deploy its proprietary technology. For the average user, in the short term, you may not yet perceive a clear change. But in the long run, advancements in the AI chip sector will unlock a host of truly practical utilities. From increasingly intelligent personal virtual assistants and real-time language translation to safer and more efficient self-driving cars. The challenge is clear. Businesses must maintain their competitiveness in the Chinese market to comply with increasingly stringent export regulations from the United States. This is a challenging balancing act, particularly in the context of corporations originating from China. Huawei has continuously improved its technology to narrow the gap with its Western rivals. On the other hand, Huawei also needs to demonstrate its ability to mass-produce these advanced chips in large quantities while ensuring high stability. Moreover, they must also convince customers that their product is a reliable and sustainable choice in the long run. What has always been NVIDIA's strength? So what does the future hold? While it cannot be